Hello, I'm Chris, this is Gross Models, this is issue 44 of DeAgostini's Build Your Own X-Wing. Yes, let's get on, as we say, and have a look and see what's in there. We're still talking about fighter models, filming miniatures for TIE fighters. Yep, special effects, always interesting. R2, we all know R2, you know R2, I did a build series on R2, so you know all about R2. We won't mention him anymore. And then we are continuing. It seems like it's been a long time, but yeah, we're doing the lower starboard engine. Obviously the engines are all basically the same. So we've been doing stuff that we've been doing for ages. Let's look at what we've got. We've got the upper engine casing. There's another bits there, there it is. The thrust nozzle, the thrust diffuser, the lens, which I've still got in the plastic bag there so we don't scratch that at all. We have an engine LED and reflector, and in the little pack there we've got the little add-on plant-on details and the locking collar. So I shall take the top off of that. Now, as ever with these, there's a chance of static pulling, so make sure once you take the top off that everything is still in there, especially the tiny little bits. So make sure they're still there. They are, so there's nothing stuck to the inside of that, so that can be disposed of. So we'll put all this to one side and we'll start by finishing the casing. Now this one again is just putting the details on. There's not a lot I can do with the picture-in-picture bit on there, so what I'm going to do is get that like that, get that like that, get a pair of tweezers and basically make that look like that or like that, because that's the shaded versions. So we'll start with, well, I'll start with what I've got, the big bit. We know where the big bit goes, so that's nice and easy. It stops me putting other or trying to put other things into the wrong sections as well if I get the big bit done first. So I'll do that first. Not that I've ever tried to put the wrong bit in the wrong. No, that would hardly ever happen. That's that one. There we go. The next one along here is that one. So that goes that way round up here. And the big hole there. Little push. It's not quite in there, that big one. There we go. That's that. Next one. What does that one look like? It's got bits coming off one side. These are not very helpful, not showing the pins. It's got 3 blobs on there, but they all have. That really doesn't help. Thanks very much for that. It looks straight. These are both look like they've got curved ends. So I'm going to assume that that one's D, which is going to go next to this one over here. Probably with a bit to that end by the looks of it. So yeah, the pegs do line up with the holes. Let's see if I can't get that in there. Seems that I can't. For some reason my tweezers seem to be bent at the end. I must have used them to lever something without noticing. Straighten those up. So right, let's see if we can get this lined up in here. There we go. No, there we don't go. It just twisted instead of actually going in. Wants to go downwards. Now, as all of these, they go that way rather than directly inwards, so it's a little bit tricky. That's one side in, so the other should just line up and pop in. There we go, that's that. I would fast forward through all this and just do it, but I know you like my you don't like to watch me make mistakes and do things wrong. So, as ever, I should always provide you with the entertainment that you deserve. This one's going to go around the curvy bit. There and there. Like that. The tiny bit goes on there. Those 2 tiny bits, not the bit down there. It's no good. I can't do it. I can do it, but it's just awkward. They're not even that small. There we go. That's that in there. Right, so we've got two more bits which you don't really tell me which one's which, because they've got holes in different places. That one's got 4 holes, so let's see, F is over here with 3 holes, so it's not that one. So let's get F on there. Now I have remembered and found out that these are actually going to be on the outside of the kit. There's nothing going over the outside of these, so they will need some sort of painting and weathering to tidy up the dodgy looking edges, shall we say. But that's not a problem. That's a job for another time. Once all the 4 wings and engines are assembled and we can get them all done, not at the same time, but towards the same time, so they're all going to be done to the same degree. So that's that. Noisy. There we go. That's that. Now I shall start being able to put the picture in picturing as we start assembling the engine. With step number 1, which is basically just getting everything ready. Let me get that where I can see it, where you don't have to worry about seeing it. What have we got? We've got that bit over there, then that one, then that one. You get it the right way round. That, and that, and the lens. I'll take the lens out of the packet. Basically everything is, oh no, there is that as well. Everything, we need everything now to get everything together. So we're attaching the lens to this. It says fit the 4 pins into the holes. 1 pin smaller than the other, so it only fits one way round. And that one looks smaller than the others. That hole looks smaller than the others. And it only goes that way round. So there we go, that's that installed. Cool. Is that the different way round? Oh no, they've got it. The little notch on the outside there, which hopefully you can just about see, is opposite that bit as well. That's one way of doing it. So we've got it that way round. There we go. There's that. Then we are taking this and fitting that in there. Again, the notch lines up, so it fits in there. The other way round, of course, because, you know, why would I get it right the first time? That would just be rubbish. Notch lining up with the piece down there. And it not quite going in. Why is that being a problem? I just didn't have it quite straight. That's it. There we go. So that's that all the way, pushing as far as possible. That was quite far, but it was quite possible. Right, uncoil the LED lead. It's just got some twists to it, so we shall untwist it. There we go. There we have. Look, it's got a number on it. It's not 90. It's 06. So fit the tip of the LED into the reflector. Ensure that it comes out through the other side. It does indeed. It comes through into the middle there, and it's right up to the plastic, so it won't go in there any further than that. It says to bend it to follow the curve on the side opposite the arrowed notch. What? Opposite. So the notch is here, so I'm going to turn that round and put that in sideways that way, and then bend that down opposite. This is the one that was really tight fitting in. So there's that. The other end of this is going through from the outside. Get that the same way round so it's easy. Going through that hole there, and then out the other hole there. That's easy. Okay, is it? It's going in there and out there. Okay, go in and out. See, I've done two of these before. This is the third. I don't remember which way round things went, but there we go. In and out. Turning my page over. Put it through. Yeah, I've just done that. You just told me to do that. That was the same. You're duplicating steps again. Feed the wire through until the reflector is in this position. It's in that position-ish. It's pretty close. Yep, there we go. Now we've got to fit the plug through that piece. Okay. Now that's going to line up with that, and that's going to go through all the way through there. Okay, that's okay. That's fine. Do not trap the wire as you line them up. No, I can't. Won't trap the wire. It's gone in there fine. Push the detail into place. There we go. Getting that out of the way. Now it's just to put that in that way round, like that, all the way in there into that groove. Okay, it's got into the groove, and that's bent all the way back, double back through under there. That's okay. With the reflector pushed all the way in, I'm going to pull this wire through a touch more just to make sure I've got that where it should be. So that's all the way down, that's all the way down. Then we're fitting this on the other side. So yeah, the bits in the middle we don't care about, we can't see ever again, so we won't worry about those. That's lining up into that groove at the top there as well. And that's going all the way flush, that's alright, I'm quite happy with that. So far so good. That goes onto there. It says put the thrust nozzle all the way on. Again, the notch lining up there. This is the bit that's going to be a little bit tight, but not too bad. That's okay, that's gone on there alright. Big gap down there, but that's going to be secured just now by putting this ring over there. Like that. That locks it together. Again, it's not ideal. You can still see lots of white bits here and there, but with the weathering and some paintwork, that's going to sort that. I do need to grab the battery box. I haven't got that out. I shall pause, grab it, and make sure it still works before we get to the end. Right, one battery box with batteries in it. Plug it in and see what happens. Let's have a look. That's that way round. That's plugged in, and hopefully, yes, you can see that. We have red lights coming out of the engine. Fair enough. I can't tell if there's any leakage, but it doesn't look like there is. Actually, there can't be because it's all just down in this end bit. So, happy with that. That does indeed complete this stage. It says do not leave it plugged into the battery box, because obviously then you'd just be running down your batteries. But that's gone. Issue 44, the last bit on there is a picture of the TIE Fighter. Not a very high quality picture, but it's a TIE Fighter, because that's what I've been talking about in this issue. So I shall put that to one side. I shall put the battery box to one side as well. That was issue 44. Join me soon for issue 45, which is the last of this month's deliveries. So thanks for watching. Stay safe. See you soon. Bye bye.